Hello everyone and welcome back to Yakuza. Let's listen to this great store jingle. Oh, that's so good. Don Quixote is an actual chain of retail stores in Japan. They sell all kinds of stuff and they serve the same purpose in this game, of course. And naturally, as soon as we exit the shop, we meet another Yakuza who wants his ass kicked, so let's oblige him and get this stuff going.
Knock his ass out in one hit.
And he brought a couple of friends, so let's test out this new heat action. That's pretty vicious. And they go down without too much of a fight. So we are exploring the town and somebody appears to have stolen this lady's handbag, so let's go ahead and get that back, shall we? The culprit is here in Public Park 3, and there's also a homeless guy sitting back there, but we don't care about him right now. It's this guy who we need to talk to. And we tell him to give back the handbag, but he doesn't seem to be cooperating, so we'll just beat some sense into him, because that is how Kazuma Kiryu does things.
You take me for a fucking fool, huh?
And once again we are foiled by slightly janky targeting. And I'm trying to hit him with this wooden sword, but he's interrupting my attacks. There we go. This guy's a little bit tougher than most of the random enemies that we have been fighting so far. And he even tries to resist the grabs and being a little bit more of a nuisance than most of these guys, but he's still gonna go down fairly easily. And we have got the bag, so let's just... well, first I think we'll just power up. Yeah, get some of that health, and we can also apparently get up from the ground faster if we tap all the buttons, but I don't know if that actually works all that well. I've certainly never had all that much luck with that. Let's just talk to this guy while we are here. And he wants some sake, but we don't have any sake, so we'll just keep that in mind for later. And we return the handbag and this lady's precious picture of her favorite celebrity. And we were not allowed to keep the picture, but I think this money is more useful for us anyway. And down this alley here, we've got this shop. This is the Ebisu pawn shop, and let's just go see what they've got. Now obviously, this being a pawn shop, we can also sell stuff that we have collected. We don't really have anything right now that we want to sell, but we can also buy a bunch of stuff, including a lot of different equipment. Like this western shield, which is actually a weapon. And some chainmail. And the goddess's charm, which we'll just take another look at that in a bit. Now the goddess charm, or the goddess's charm says that it... Hold on. Yeah, it says it's supposed to protect you in fights, but what it actually does is makes you less likely to be surrounded, or makes you get surrounded by enemies less often. So it doesn't actually offer any additional protection or damage protection like this chainmail does. So let's just put that on and get those nice 10 points of defense, which is up 7 points from our previous one. And this guy seems to be trying to scam the owner of the burger joint by saying he found a cockroach in his hamburger, but yeah, we'll just tell him to stop bothering these guys, and of course we will do that the only way Kazuma knows, and that is to beat him into submission.
Don't be walking around this place like you own this.
And you can see a couple of those novelty-sized traffic cones, and we'll be taking a closer look at that right now. Just wait for him to get up, and that'll do it. I love that heat action, that's pretty great. And we get some more money for helping him out. For a second there I thought the game crashed because it kinda stayed in that, or that dialogue box was just kind of sitting there for a couple of seconds, but everything seems to be in order. And right now I'm just looking if there are any of the coin locker keys here in this smile burger, but apparently not. So let's just grab something to eat, because we took a couple of hits in those fights. And a little bit of experience. Right, let's see what else we got. Now the coin lockers are right up ahead, and we have collected a couple of the locker keys, so let's see what we can get. So in this one we have a Toriner ++, which is... it's an item that boosts your heat meter, so it fills that up. And we got some other stuff like a sledgehammer, which we will be putting to use at some point in the future. And I think there was a gift item for the hostess stuff, but we don't really care about that right now. This guy looks suspicious, let's have a chat with him. That guy just might be the smartest man in this town so far. And we can kinda see a glint on the ground right there. We have another one of the locker keys. Yeah, the sparkle is sometimes a little bit difficult to see. You sometimes kinda catch a glimpse of it in the corner of your eye, and then you just have to kinda stop and wonder if that was actually an item or if it's just some... Hold on, we have another side quest here. This lady is accusing us of being grabby with her, but obviously we did not touch her. And this is another scam. And they just want us to pay them money, but we will not be doing that. Okay, well, here we go again, I suppose. Now, these loading times for these fights are... well, they get a little bit annoying at some point. The HD collection on the PS3, which was only released in Japan, that really reduced the load times, and I believe it also runs at 1080p and 60 frames per second, so... sadly, we never got that in the West, so that's unfortunate. And yeah, we also beat up this guy, as you do. And yeah, the lady is trying to recruit Kazuma as her new accomplice for this scam, but Kazuma's having none of it. So let's just continue on. Here we've got some guys who have a lot of swagger in their step.
Excuse me. I'm talking to you, man.
And apparently by bumping into this dude, we have screwed up his shoulder. But luckily they are pacifists, so they will let us go if we pay them some money. Which of course is in no way a scam or anything like that. So yeah, here we go once more.
Knock his ass out in one hit.
Yeah, they're nothing too special. They've got a little bit more health than the... oh, hold on. Yeah, that should put him right back in order, I suppose. Although I think it was his shoulder that he was complaining about, not his back. But oh well. And here I'm just kinda forgetting my buttons. For a time. There we go. We've found the dodge, which I have not demonstrated in this one yet. It's not really all that useful, to be perfectly honest, especially against a group. But it is situationally useful, and we'll be making use of it sometimes. And this guy seems to have been miraculously cured of his unfortunate shoulder injuries, so we'll just keep on going.
Excuse me.
And this guy seems to think that we are Yakuza, who have apparently ruined his life by screwing around with his financial transactions, I suppose. Which, I mean, it's pretty reasonable for him to hate Yakuza for that, but I'm not really sure if challenging one of them in a fist fight in the middle of the street, or even a fight with a golf club, would be the smartest thing in the world to do. Oh well. And the camera kind of freaks out there, but never mind. Now in Kiwami, that guy's side quest is really fleshed out quite a bit. There's a whole lot more to it, but in the original he just runs off after you beat his ass and he'll never come back. And we get a slightly stronger grab, so it's harder for enemies to get out of it. And this drunk guy seems to be having some issues, and he warns us about a girl named Mai, that we should watch out for her, so we'll keep that in mind.
Help me!
Hey, you! You're the one that was flirting with me.
In your dreams, don't talk to me!
Come on, baby. I'll be gentle.
No!
What? Hey, asshole! My chan's mine!
Yeah, sure, we'll help her out.
You better watch your mouth.
What? You think I'm scared of you?
Get lost, you worthless drunk!
Fuck it. I'm not interested in that skank bitch anyway.
Thank you so much. That old man is a serious pain in the ass. By the way, I'm Mai. If you have the time, I know a good place to get a few drinks. Let me buy you a drink to thank you.
Well, the guy back there warned us, but let's see where this goes.
I can't possibly say no to such a beautiful lady.
Thank you. You're so kind. I'm a regular at this place. I hope you like it too. I always end up falling for a guy when I get drunk. So, I have to be careful not to meet the wrong people. But with you, I feel so comfortable. I like my men strong and muscular. You look pretty tough and wild. I think there could be something between us. What do you think about me?
Yeah, I think this is a reasonable response.
If you fall for me, you'll only get burned.
Ooh, you sound so dangerous. You should have warned me earlier. Look at me. I'm all sweaty. It's your fault for getting me so hot. Don't hold back. Here's to a dirty night for the two of us.
Yeah, we won't be drinking that.
I don't feel like drinking.
Huh? Why? At least let's have a toast.
Sir, you shouldn't make girls cry. A real man would have a drink with the lady.
Please, have a drink with me.
Nope.
I don't feel like drinking.
Hey, mister. You either drink or you get out. Did you come here to drink or what?
You heard the man. Let's have a drink.
Nope.
And if I refuse,
So you don't want to drink, huh?
you slip some sleeping pills in the drink.
What's the matter?
You knock your customers out by slipping them something. Then you take them for all they got. Dirty trick.
You better shut your mouth.
This girl's in on it too, isn't she? So is the drunkard outside. You're running quite a scheme here.
I wouldn't be talking about shit you don't know about.
And if I do?
I'd rather drink than fight, but...
Well, fuck it, let's do this!
Bring that shit.
And yeah, they were trying the oldest trick in the book. And it's kinda hard to actually fall for that unless you're really not paying attention to the close-up of the drink, or if you're just curious to see what happens if you do take the wrong options. Well, basically you just lose a bit of money and wake up in the gutter next to the drunk guy that warned you earlier. And then you come back and do this basically. And I think you also encountered the lady, Mai, I think was her name, and she just runs off. But yeah, the barkeep is a pretty sturdy guy compared to his buddies there. Nothing too bad, he just blocks a little bit more and he is a bit harder to grab. And this fight is pretty good in Kiwami because you have beast mode and you could just wreck everyone's shit, but this works well enough, I suppose.
I got it! You won! Cut me some slack, please!
You're all talk.
Yes, this is for your trouble. Please forgive us. Take this.
Hell no.
Of course, I also have some useful information for you. There's a hidden casino in the basement of a noodle shop. The password is half order, extra soup. After that, the manager will direct you to the casino. We'll just excuse ourselves now. We're very sorry for all the trouble.
Hidden casino in the basement of a noodle shop, huh? Well, that sounds like the dumbest thing ever, but I guess we'll take a look at that next time.